Carl, you've got a win. I suppose you want to carry that momentum through to this weekend?
Yeah, most definitely. It was always good to get a first win at home, and now we're back on the road again against Western. That they're not having the best run at the moment, but they're last year's champions, so it's going to be a tough game. And we're going to make sure we start well to not give them any opportunities to go 1-0 up.
Do you read too much into their early season form, or do you kind of keep some of that? I suppose what the body of work they did last year, do you kind of look to that as much as the early season?
Yeah, you look at what they did last year because it's pretty much the same team, and I suppose they haven't been playing that badly. I've had a look at their games so far this year, and it's just football. You've got to score when you're on top and make the most of your chances. And we saw that last week. They were 2-0 up, and then they had a man sent off. So then their wheels fell off a little bit, but we'll expect a big response from them tomorrow.
I'm not asking you to throw any shade at them, but have you been able to pinpoint perhaps too much else between last year and this year? What's changed, given the squad isn't too dissimilar?
Yeah, I suppose last year, defensively they didn't concede too many goals, and this year they're conceding I suppose what they would call a little bit softer goals than what they did last year. But I'm sure that will, sort itself out. They've started, they've had a few injuries at the beginning of the season, so when they get all their players back, they'll be, back to where they were last year.
What have you liked on the track this week? Coming off the win, I suppose the mood's always going to be.
Yeah, look, the mood for the playing group has been good most of the season, and we look at. And when we look back at our own games, we're creating the opportunities and we're creating good opportunities. We're just not being ruthless enough to take those opportunities. So again, this week we've worked on our finishing, and hopefully that can show tomorrow, and we can take a few goals tomorrow.
Awesome.
Lockie Barr's back in the squad. Obviously, we've had a few different centre-back pairings this season, but with Lockie Barr back, do you think of changing up your pairing, or are you happy with how Benny Warland and Alex Popovich did last week?
Yeah, very happy with the way Alex and Ben have played the last couple of games. He said Lockie Barr, missed 1 or 2 games just through that slight calf injury, and he'll come back into the squad. He's shown his quality for us at the end of last season and in the beginning of this season. So it's good to have competition for spots in the team.
How impressive have you been with Lockie's, I guess, overall adaptation to professional football? He's not, I guess, a stranger to it in the past, but I guess now that he's embedded into the squad and had a longer period of time in the setup.
Yeah, look, it took Lockie a little while to catch up to speed last year, coming from the NPL into the A-League, and once he did, he was excellent last year for us. And again this year, he's had the opportunity to do a full pre-season with the A-League boys, and he started the season well, and it was just unfortunate that he picked up that little niggle, but he'll pick up where he left off.
We've spoken post-match after the Perth game about Ben Haller's positioning, playing it more centrally. Nestaria and Kunda is a more natural winger, and do you think you're throwing him in as well to the mix at all?
Look, Nestor's, we've still got to remember he's a 16-year-old boy that's still learning the game, and to expect him to go on and start the game for us and be what he brings from us off the bench, it's a lot that you're asking of a 16-year-old, and we're very comfortable to give him those 20-25 minutes off the bench and have that excitement, and I'm sure our fans are very excited when he comes on, and we know that he can give us 20-25 minutes at full bore, but asking to do more than that, then you're not going to get that full bore that he gives us for 20 minutes.
I know you're a big fan of Alex Young's social media pages, so you may have seen some of the talk this week about looking for a number 10. Is that something that you guys might look to explore in the January transfer window? Yeah,
look, we kept that spot open, and we did the same last season. We kept a spot open for that, and I've said from the beginning of the pre-season that I'd like to sign one more player, but unfortunately we just don't have the funds to do that, and you never know. It might happen in January. You never know.
And just lastly, with the Socceroo squad for the World Cup being announced early this week coming, Craig Goodwin in the back of your mind, are you looking to be cautious with the use of him to make sure he does get on that plane? It's one thing to have, I suppose, a ticket booked, but actually getting on the plane is another story. Yeah,
look, Goody has shown that he's got over the injury concern that he had in pre-season. He's 100% fit, and you've seen the quality has improved each game that he started for us. So we expect another improvement from him tomorrow, and he's starting this season, exactly like he started last season. And you've seen the quality that he had all last season, because he didn't do pre-season last season with us and started the season late, and he had the best season he's ever had, and we expect him to be even better this year with the same preparation.